No, it's day 3. I had to go find some place to park my car last night. Because the HOA, they're scary. So instead of the entire family rallying together and getting the garage organized so I can park my car in there. Mind you, this is supposed to be temporary. This is supposed to be 6 weeks. I just, went and used some of the little money that I have to put gas in my tank. Cost me $50 because Costco was closed. So it was $1 more than Costco per gallon. And you know, I didn't plan this at 40. I didn't plan to be single and going through perimenopause and severe depression. I didn't plan that. I didn't plan to be molested at 8 years old. That caused severe pain to manifest as an adult. I didn't plan for my whole world to fall apart, but it's an inconvenience to these people who are immediately related to me. Yep, it's an inconvenience. I left my mother's house at 10 o'clock last night. And I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to go. I live in the suburbs of Seattle. It's still city. It's still city. It's still not safe to live in your car, especially as a single woman. I didn't know where to go. So I just went back to the apartment complex that I got evicted from. And I stayed there last night. They have some spots that are kind of out of the way and they're not assigned. There's visitor spots. And I made sure that we were gone by 6. I had to pee really bad this morning and it's what woke me up at 4:30. I think my kidneys are working on overdrive because I think it's a stress response. I had to pee in the parking lot last night. It was mortified. Oh. I didn't feel human last night. And I half expected to get a text from my mother asking me where I was gonna go, where I was gonna park, to like send her a ping so she knew where I was. She didn't. She sent me a text 1:30 this morning. Said the front door was open if I had to pee. That was it. Safeway opens at 5. So that was my plan. And I thought, you know what? No. Her monster of a husband is the one who was doing all of this. And I'm gonna air this fucking dirty laundry. I am. I'm going to. Her husband, not my father, started molesting me at 8 years old. Yep. And he did it on and off until I told him to fuck off at 21. 20. I was 20, actually. Just don't ever fucking touch me again. In 2014, when my best friend and I were on our way to Disneyland, we were driving from Washington to California. My then still in high school sister calls me crying and says that her friend had accused her dad of touching her. Like they were 14, 15. And I said, did he touch you? Did he do it to you? She said, no, why would you ask me that? And I said, you should believe them. A few years later, I started going to, the same church that he was helping out in. It was a small church. He always finds a position of power in churches, in the sound or the music department of these churches. He always makes a name for himself. I can't tell you how many churches that he and my mother have been ousted from, and I now know why. When I was going to this church, the pastor's wife and her best friend, they asked me if I had known about this, and I said, yeah, he did it to me. And at the time, I was living in the mother-in-law apartment above mom and her husband's garage. And they said, well, he's the reason why that they moved, that he went and found a job in another county, because he had been at the same county position, the same county that gave him a slap on a wrist when I was 11. So he went and found a job at another county, effectively abandoning my mother and her, 2 in high school and 1 in elementary school. He just gone. Left her to do it all. All he was doing was the house payment. utilities that went with the house payment. That's all he did. He didn't pay for food. He didn't pay for clothes. He didn't pay for my mom's gas money. And at the time, she was driving 2 hours to her job. Anyway, so these two women said, we asked him to leave because of what he was doing. And they said, do you know that's why he's been asked to leave these other churches that were in the same county? It's a small county. Island County in Washington. It's a small county. I said no. And they said, yeah. Pastor Dave, Pastor Andy. I can't remember what the new pastor was of the church that I grew up in. They, and a few others that I didn't even know that they had gone to. So it wasn't just the Foursquare community. The Catholic Church was involved in cutting him off, because he had been raised in a Catholic church, and I guess he had tried to go get involved in the Catholic Church there. Like I said, he goes for positions of power. He likes power. Most pedophiles like power. That's the real reason. That's the real reason why he left his job of 20 years for a similar job in another county. And then my mom finally was like, yeah, you can sell my dream homes that we built. You can sell it, and I'll come down there. She hates it here. She hates this house. It's falling apart. It's disgusting. It's got mold, whatever. You know, she made her bed. Because when I was 11, apparently I told my friend at the time. I don't remember telling her. I don't remember at all. But I remember her mom said to me, I think I went home on the bus with her the day after the principal had called me to the office. And, you know, I was in elementary school, 5th grade. I think there was a counselor there too. I don't remember that conversation either. Other than there's a vagueness. Do you know why you're here? Can you tell us what's happening? I don't know what I said. I don't know what I responded. Second cup of coffee gone cold because I just anyway, I must have gone home with my friend on the bus because her mom greeted me at the door and said something like, I had to say something because my mother's husband did the same thing to me. I don't remember exactly what she said. So yeah, 2014, my sister, she calls me and tells me that, and Then I find out from these, upper church ladies that he had basically been run out of the county for messing with girls. Instead of turning his ass into the police, they just chased him away. I'm pretty sure the Old Testament does have that there are certain laws that Jesus did not replace. And Jesus said, protect the children. He was vehement about protecting the children. So, I think all of these churches that just told him to leave, I don't think they're liable. If Pastor Dave started, a church again, I'd be there in an instant. Because I still felt safe at that church. That was like the only place that I felt safe. It was at that church that I grew up in. And, life changes, people move on. But when you have severe complex PTSD, it's hard sometimes to roll with the punches, to just to accept change easily. I gotta pee. I think my mother does things out of guilt. I think she knows what she did. I think she knows what she still does. That she enables him. Because, I'm sorry, if I was a parent and my child who had never caused issue other than normal childhood growing, learning, what's accepted, in society, don't misbehave, respect your parent, that kind of thing. And I learned a lot of those things by growing up in that church, right? My mom she had a lot of friends. My mom is gregarious. She makes friends easily. Not always close friends, but so there was a lot of mamas around when I was growing up. So that church at the time, everybody mothered everybody's child, and that was okay. Nobody was harsh. Nobody was, abusive physically. Nobody, spanked anybody else's kids. Might have gotten their hands slapped occasionally, but, kids gotta learn somehow. I cannot regulate my temperature. I'm fucking freezing. I'm shivering right now. Now that I've gone pee, I don't have an internal heater anymore. God, I lose my train of thought so easily. So yeah, you learn societal behavior growing up when you have a lot of people around you. Found out later, as an adult, my grandparents knew. And my mother wouldn't let me go live with either one of them. I would have completely cut ties. I would have just said, peace out, sayonara. The fact that she had sex with him after this, had 2 more children. But that seems to be a theme that happens. You know, these women, they turn a blind eye because they feel unworthy and unloved themselves, and it's better to stay with what they feel is safety and protection by offering up the innocence that these monsters want. It doesn't matter what church you go to. It doesn't matter how hard you pray. You have a black mark on your soul. And when you die, Jesus is going to ask you, why should I let you in? We are human. We are fallible. We all need Jesus every day, every moment. We sin hundreds of times a day just by our thoughts. But that's pretty bad. So unless your kid has a history of lying, I suggest you probably listen to them. And you seek the police. And you seek domestic abuse shelter help, because they'll help you. They'll help place you someplace safe with your kids. Interview counselors and therapists. Don't just go to the one that somebody says, here, go here. This is what works. Because not all counseling and therapy works the same for everybody else. Not all techniques work the same for everybody. I'm learning that right now with the current counselor I have, who only has one technique that she uses, and it doesn't work very well for me. But she's unavailable for a month. Happened to coincide while I'm living in my car. And she said that she's sorry the phone is shaking, because I am shaking. I am cold. Anyway, she said that she's available if I truly need her. Merriweather. I think it's time for the dog to go out and go poop. Her system is really unregulated too. Living in the car, she's not eating well, she's not drinking enough. Her and my sister's dog just swapped breakfast, and so now I'm afraid that it's gonna give my dog diarrhea. Anyway, this is the beginning of day 3. It's, I don't know, 11 o'clock maybe. I've been up since 4:30. It's overcast, so I'm not worried about the car getting too hot for the cats. But if it does, I'll do what I did yesterday and grab ice packs. But once they get back from wherever the fuck they've gone off to, I will have to leave because he doesn't want me here. So, I've kind of been having a chat with ChatGPT, and I was like, hey, an imaginary trip to my best friend to Michigan. Like, how much money would that cost in gas if I slept in my car the whole way? About $600 with a cushion. So, my only issue is I currently with DSHS here in the state, because of my mental health status and the fact that it is swirling down the toilet fast. I do get, a cash stipend, and that's what I pay my car payment with. If I leave the state, I don't get that. So I really desperately need my disability to come through. I've had a tension migraine working in the background. It never comes all the way up, but it hurts. It hurts my neck a lot. And it'll move up the back of my head and back down and move up and back down. And as long as it stays out of my temple and my eye. The last time I took ibuprofen and Tylenol, I think it was a couple days ago. I think it was on the 1st. It had moved up and was coming around my front of my head. And by the time the ibuprofen and Tylenol had kicked in, I could still feel it. So I knew if I hadn't have taken something, I would have been in big trouble. So anyway, we'll see if I add more to this video or not, but this dirty laundry is going live soon. Yeah. I'm not playing no fucking games no more. She made her bed. She can lie in it.